Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome again. As you know that this is based online class for class 9 students. Subject computer science, lecture 4. Previously week we have discussed about the chapter 4 we were reading. We have finished all the short questions. First and short question. Now we will move further for the long questions which are related for the data communication. Keep in mind, Zoom user teacher name is Imran Ahmad. Zoom meeting ID is 332-629-9208. For live question answer, you must note the time about this one. So now comes to the topic which we have studied about the previous week, chapter number 4. Chapter 4, we have started the chapter 4. We have already done the short questions which were just overview of previous lectures. First one was differentiate between analog and digital signals. These are the analog signals. This is the digital signals. Why digital signals are used in computer. Name the properties of a good communication system. Means when we perform the communication, which factors are involved. So these three factors are involved: delivery, accuracy, and timelines. Delivery, accuracy, and timelines. Question 4 was give any three reasons why guided communication medium is more reliable than unguided. So we have discussed a lot about the guided media means physical media which we can touch, which can feel, which we can see. This is called the physical media or guided media. What is unguided media? Unguided media is that when we cannot see, means there is logical connection between two devices, is called unguided medium or unguided medium. So next is what is meant by transmission impairment. Differentiate between attenuation. So transmission impairment consists of these four factors: attenuation, amplification, distortion, and crosstalk. Then we have discussed the attenuation, distortion. So crosstalk. What is dial-up modem? I show you the figure in the previous lecture. Dial-up modem, so very slow. That's why nowadays it is totally discarded. No one is used nowadays. It mostly use the modem which is ISDN modem like this one, and so on. We will discuss it later. Data rate and baud rate define bandwidth. Okay, next is the our long question which is related to the data communication system. Write the long answer of the following question. Question is describe the components of communication system with the help of diagram. If I show you the diagram, you can see easily, you can understand easily this topic, but to must ensure the question, you have to understand the question. Components of communication system with the help of. So which components are involved between communicating two devices? So these are the components. So we can say that there are 5 basic components are involved between the communication of a good communication system. So watch over that diagram. Let's say there are 2 laptops. We are chatting to each other. One is sender, another one is receiver. These two devices are actually exist, but the connection between these two devices consists of there are 3 hidden things are there. 2 devices we can see. One is sender, another one is receiver. Sender send the data while receiver receive the data. Recipient, this one is called the recipient. Sender send the data while receiver. Now this is the first one is sender, second is receiver, third is your message. Either this message is video or audio or any text. So it is the message. Next one is transmission medium. Transmission medium, now this one is already we have discussed. Transmission medium means either it is physical media, guided media, or unguided media. Guided media means there is cable involved between the two devices, they make the network, or there is Wi-Fi or wireless connection between the two devices. So this is the transmission medium. Next, last thing, the two devices can communicate with each other with the help of different protocols. Protocols, just simply I can say that the set of rules. Protocol is the set of rules. So this one, these things are involved for the communication of two devices. Now comes to the point, comes to the topic. So first of all, communication system consists of the following five basic components. Number one, sender. Number two, receiver. You can call it recipient. Number three is message. Number four is transmission medium, and number five is protocol. So watch over the diagram again. Sender, send the data. Receiver, accept the data or receive the data. So your message may be video, audio, or any text. Number four is transmission medium. Transmission medium means physical or logical connection. and number five is protocol. So what is sender? It is a device which sends the data. In other words, it is the source of message that can be a computer, telephone, handset. So it is not limited that only a computer or a laptop you have. So in case of mobile, a telephone, so it can be when we are communicating at the telephone, so it is you dial the connection, or when you are using the WhatsApp, sometime you are the sender and sometime another person is a sender. So we can say that this is the full duplex transmission. What is the full duplex transmission, we will discuss in this chapter later. But over here, the two devices, consider this one is device, not a laptop. So this one is any device, this one is another device. So receiver is the responsibility of the receiver is to send the data, and while the responsibility of recipient is to receive the data. Next one is this one, the sender. Next one is receiver. Watch over here, the receiver. It is the device which receive the messages, which receives the messages. Whenever you send the data, so this device or this laptop or this mobile will accept the data. In other words, it is the destination of message. So this one is the destination. Where is the source? So source is over here. This is the source. Some many times it could be possible there is one is source and many destination, many receivers are there. For example, in the WhatsApp, when you select all and you share the message, like say like in Eid days, we have one card and send it to all. So one is sender, another all are the receiver. So it could be receiver, could be many. So over here, it is a device which receives the messages. In other words, it is the destination of message. That can be computer. So it could be a computer, it could be radio. Radio means radio signals where when you are sitting at the car, you are using the FM radio. So they receive the signals from the frequency 99.6, 87.5, or so on. These are the frequency. So your radio receive the signals from the transmitters. Telephone, it could be a teleceiver, could be a telephone, or it could be a handset. Or handset means you can say that this one is mobile, etc. So on. Next is message. Another one is message. So it is the data to be transmitted. Actual data which you have sent to another person is called the message. Very easy topic this one is. So already we have performed in our daily routine these things. So but we don't know, we only know the sender and receiver, but the other things we don't know how they are sending the. So message is the data, and data could be audio, video, text, image, etc. It can be a text, graphics, image, sound, or video. So this is the message. Next one is number 4. Number 4, watch over this line. Why this line? So this one is transmission medium. What is transmission medium? So in the previous lecture, we have discussed a lot about the medium, like guided media, unguided media. So over here, we have discussed the transmission medium. It is the physical pathway, also known as channel. You can say that you physical pathway. So you can say it is a channel over which messages is sent from sender to receiver. So it could be, this path could be guided or unguided. Guided means there should be a cable, or there can be a wireless connection. So this is called the transmission medium. Next one is protocol. Protocols, what is a protocol? It is a set of rules between the two communication devices. So which rule they exist? Like, for example, the example of this one is, you can say that you send the message, you are using the WhatsApp, and another person is also using the WhatsApp. You send the message and he received the message at WhatsApp, not on the another communication software. For example, he has the Messenger. Can you send your data to Messenger, to Messenger, to WhatsApp to Messenger? So there are different protocols apply. So these are called the protocols. Like to WhatsApp can communicate, to Messenger can communicate. So compatibility, they produce the compatibility. Protocols produce the compatibility. So we can say that it is a set of rules between the two communication devices that governs the process of data communication. So they decide how to communicate. These two devices will be communicating to each other. This was our first long question, which was describe the components of communication system with the help of diagrams. So 5 components are involved: sender, receiver, message, transmission medium, and protocol. Keep in mind, when there is written help of diagram, so their diagram must be in your notes or in your paper. One thing must be important: data communication system in computer, leave the data communication in computer, when there is any diagram, so you must draw that diagram. For example, in the next chapter, when we will study the topologies, etc., so their diagrams are very important. Each and every diagram carry the separate marks. Don't leave the topic without diagram. You must draw the diagram at your paper also. So keep the diagram in your mind and draw it in your paper. Comes to the next question. Explain asynchronous and synchronous transmission modes with examples. Asynchronous, there are two words. This word is, boys cannot pronunciate it properly. So this one is asynchronous. And synchronous transmission. Actually, what is the synchronous and asynchronous transmission? Actually, it is the asynchronous and synchronous transmission are the method by which characters are transferred between two components. For example, this one is the sender and this one is a receiver. So the message, this one is, and you are texting the message. Let you are writing the ABC. So first A will be transferred on this line, then B, then C, up to so on. So character by character. Character by character transfer is called the communication above. Asynchronous and synchronous transmissions are the method by which characters are transferred between the components within the computer or between the computer and external network. Watch over the diagram over here in the asynchronous transmission and the synchronous transmission. The diagram is very, very important. If you understand the diagram, you can solve this question very easily. What is the difference? For example, you have write the three character or five character A, B, C, D, E, and you send this one to another person, A, B, C, D, E. So first character takes how much time? Between the two characters, watch here, between the two characters, the distance between the two characters is much larger. A takes, let's say, 1 second, and B takes 3 seconds. A takes a 1 second, B takes a 3 second, then C takes 2 seconds, and D takes the 5 second. Let's say 5 seconds, E up to so on. We can say that the time interval between the two characters is not same. So this is the asynchronous transmission. The time interval between the two character is not same is called asynchronous transmission. Watch for the synchronous transmission. The time interval between the two characters are always same. Watch here in the diagram. A, B is the distance between the A, B, B, C, C, D, E, D, E, E, F, F, G, and G, I. Time interval is always same. Watch, just this one is the difference between the synchronous and asynchronous transmission. Now we have to discuss the asynchronous transmission mode in which time interval between each character is not same, is known as asynchronous transmission. In asynchronous transmission, each character is transmitted with the additional control information. Additional control information consists of additional start bit 0 and stop bit 1. As we discussed in the previous lecture, our computer understands only two symbols, 0 and 1. For example, for A, there is additional, for the ASCII of A is 65, and 65 will be converted into binary, and it binary can, I don't remember the exactly figure, but it can be, ASCII is 65. When you divide the 65 into 2, it could be 10111101. So these are the eight digits, 10000101 up to 8 digits, because a character occupy 1 byte in computer memory, and byte size is how many bits? 8 bit. In the class 8 already we have discussed this one. A byte consists of 8 bits. So start bit, additional start bit and stop bit will be added to the start and end of the each character. So it could total how many will be there? 10 will be there, because 8 bits for A and 8 bit for A, and 1 is for start bit and 0 is for stop. 1 is for stop bit and 0 is for start bit. So control information consists of additional start bit and stop bit. Asynchronous transmission is slow because of the additional bits transfer with each character. Each character carry these two additional start bit and stop bit. As I told you, A carries these two, then B carries also start and stop bit, C also carries start and stop bit, D also carries this one. And so the time interval can be a change, can be a difference, and it also could take the long time as compared to the synchronous transmission. It is suitable for low speed connection between system unit and keyboard. So we can say that when we are using the keyboard in our computer systems or mouse, so it is they use the asynchronous transmission. So devices which are used for the asynchronous transmissions are keyboard or mouse. Next is Synchronous transmission. The transmission mode in which time interval between the character is always the same. As I told you before, uh, let's say we have typed A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I up to so on. So the time taken by A is, let's say, 2 seconds. So B already, B will use also 2 seconds, C will use 2 seconds up to so on. Means we can say that the time interval between the A and B is 2 seconds, B and C is 2 seconds up to so on. So each and every can be taken same equal interval of time. So this is called synchronous transmission. The transmission mode in which time interval between the character is always same is known as synchronous transmission. Synchronous transmission is faster than the asynchronous transmission. Why? Because it does not require extra start and stop it. Like in the asynchronous transmission, each and every character requires the start and stop bit, but in the synchronous transmission, they don't carry the start and stop bit. So this is called the synchronous transmission and asynchronous transmission. Today we have discussed the two long questions, which were components of communication system and explain asynchronous and synchronous transmission mode with the help of examples. So these are called our today. This is the today our lecture. Hope you are also enjoying the lecture and revising the lecture, and you must prepare this lecture and at the home. And because this is theoretical, totally theoretical, there is practical also in the lab when inshallah school will be open. So we will do the practical also of this question. Okay, take care and Allah Hafiz and stay at home.